In this video, we will discuss how to create bridge survey profile sheets dealing with the three-line profile, which would be the center line, and also your offsets from that center line, which is normally probably 30 feet or 40 feet, depending on what bridge wants. And then also the valley section sheets. So we will discuss that in this video. For more guidance on doing bridge surveys, if you go to the Engineering Policy Guide, and in section 238.3.36, this gives you some information on how those bridge survey sheets need to be produced with the profiles, the plan sheet, the typical section, the title sheet, and all that. So if you need guidance on doing that, this is the section that you would need to look at. Another section that you can look at is this section right here, which is 747. And if you look at 747.2.3, that'll give you all the information for that also. Deal more with the bridge side of it versus the roadway side of it. So those are good guidance to look at whenever you're starting to do your bridge survey. What I have here is just a clean 2D file, and then I referenced in the files that I needed. So if you go to the reference dialog box, you'll see that I have my center line, I have my sill geometry, I have a topo, and then I have one for my valley and channel sections, which is to be this stream bed profile. So let me go ahead and minimize that for right now. And what we need to do first is actually take this valley section that survey picked up, which are these two right here, are upstream valley sections, and then we have our stream bed profile right here that survey picked up. We need to get those into a alignment and also a profile in order to be used to where we can produce those into sheets for doing our bridge survey profile. So to do that, there's a tool underneath here, underneath the modeling detailing and underneath the 3D elements, because whenever survey goes out there and picks out that valley section and also that stream bed profile, they have certain points that they've created, and it's a 3D element, and we're going to convert those into a 2D element for an alignment, and then we can assign the profile to it. So to do that, let's go ahead and click on the down arrow. There's an option that says Plan by 3D Element. So I will select it. Now inside of here, the first thing that we need to do is give it a feature definition, and we selected Alignment, that particular folder, and you can assign it whichever feature definition that you want, but for this example we're going to use the MoDOT proposed baseline. And then we need to go ahead and give it a name. So on this first one right here, I'm going to name it Paruki Creek Stream Bed. So go ahead and name it what it needs to be. And once you have the name set, all you need to do is select that 3D element to locate it, and you'll see that it created as an alignment now. And we'll apply stationing to it here in a little bit. And now I'm going to do the same thing for these two right here for these upstream valley sections. So I'll go ahead and name those accordingly. Locate my 3D element. It creates it, and then I'll do the same thing to the other one. Select it, and now they're created. And I'll go ahead and hit F4 to clear out the tool. So now, since that's in alignment, let's go ahead and put on stationing for it. So I'll go to the drawing production and go to element annotation and annotate the element. So now I will select the alignment. I should be able to do all three of them at the same time. So I selected all three of them, and then if I right click to reset it, you'll see that those annotations are now applied. So you can see those valley sections in my stream bed profile. And now just to double check that there's a profile to it, if I go ahead and select that alignment and go to the open profile model, and you can select whichever model down below here, and I'll go ahead and just click inside of there. You'll see that you have that stream bed profile for that. And you can do the same thing to your valley sections if you want to check those. So let's go ahead and check on one of these valley sections here. Go to Open Profile Model. And you see that you have that section right there. So now what we can do is actually use those and get those onto a sheet in order for that to be submitted to Bridge for their final review for this particular bridge and designing it accordingly. So that's basically what you need to do to get started in order for creating your bridge profile sheets. Taking those 3D elements that Survey picked up, creating those into an alignment and a profile that can be utilized down the road where they can be put into the drawing models and sheet models whenever you cut those using the name boundary tool.